Good evening, podcast listeners. This is your boy Joe. This is the weekly podcast. I think I'm going to try to do one a week because there's so much demand for it. It said that I had 18 views the last time I looked, I think on Monday on the YouTube. And I don't know, because I looked at it probably 35 times, so I don't know if it's an accurate depiction of the actual listeners that I have, but I think I know that like 3 people actually listen to it. I think I'm going to try to shorten it up. That said, it'll probably run like an hour and a half today, but whatever. But yeah, thanks for tuning back in. Thanks for all your suggestions on Twitter. And by suggestions, I mean no one fucking responded. That's alright. It's not like I'm fucking super lonely talking to my computer again. But yeah, drinking a little wine because that's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to have, now, a glass of wine is really good for your heart, but anything over that, you're pretty much destroying your liver. I hate articles that say that. They don't really make any sense. It's like, well, yeah, so after my first drink, it's all... there's some percentage out there, but I'm too lazy to look it up. But then I think about nights when I have, 27 drinks and, what's really going on. I asked the doc the other day if, if, you could destroy a 24-year-old liver in one night. And she just kind of looked at me like... should you be working here? But she said it'd be pretty difficult, so I'm not too worried. Because it's not like an every night thing. It's like a sometimes day thing. So I think I'm safe. What else? Anyway, I'm watching the Knicks game. So that's kind of fun. It's kind of full circle, right? J.R. Smith talking a little shit. I love it. He's pretty much me, but in the NBA. And probably a way bigger dick and... can run a lot farther and faster than me, can probably jump higher than me. He has more tattoos than me because, frankly, I don't have any. He dated and was inside of Rihanna. I don't know. I just love the guy. He's just fun to watch. Hate to say it. But yeah, this is fun. It's 4-13 right now. So this is going nowhere. Quickly, and I mean the game in this podcast already, but I did ask a couple of my buddies, hey bros, what should I talk about on this week's podcast? And of course they said, what the fuck, you have a podcast, you faggot? And I said, no, well yeah, but anyway, they said talk about what girls like. And we kind of went through a little list, and I'll tell you guys what, I'm getting better at this already. I actually opened Word for the first time since college. Well, that's not true. I open it all the time because sometimes I'll get a little too drunk, and I'll come home, and I'll start, writing raps. And, I'll look at them the next day. I wish I had one up right now. I'm sure I could find one. I'll look at them the next day and be like, I don't know what beat I was, writing this to. I'm sure that's what happens to all great rappers, though. They just write shit, obviously. But anyway, I made a little list of kind of what we went through, and then I think I'm going to try to come off the top with a few, too. Let's see. First on the list, drinks. Chicks do love, drinks and everything that it entails. I think that they like everything else more than they like the actual act of a drink. Because, first of all, girls don't really drink. They act like they do, but it's either, vodka and some bullshit, or, I don't know. They just don't drink as much. I remember in, college and shit, I'd try to drink with some of the nurses, and I mean, I'm pretty good at drinking. I'm not going to beat around the bush with that. I'm pretty shitty at a lot of things, but drinking's not one of them. I've got good genes for drinking. Not necessarily sprinter's genetics or anything like that, or like Olympic genetics, but I can fucking drink. My dad can drink, my mom can drink, whole family's just good at it. Um, but yeah, like even behind enemy lines with like nurses, they're just, chicks just aren't good at drinking. And I'm trying to think of anybody else that I like dated was good at it. I mean, you never really like drink whenever. Well, that's not true. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But where the fuck was I? Yeah, girls love drinks. Okay, girls like to tell all other females that they're drinking because first of all, it implies something's celebrated, and girls can find any excuse to drink too. Like it's, or not even to drink, but to celebrate. Like it could be like done with a long work day. Me and the girls are going out for happy hour, which is probably the most depressing thing that anybody could ever do. Like, go the fuck home, clean yourself up, do that. Like, don't go out just after work. It's just disgusting. But yeah, girls like that, and then girls like to like kind of rub it in the faces of like other people, especially like ex-boyfriends and stuff. Like they'll be like going out for drinks with work people. And like obviously it's like with some fucking probably Asian dude that they work with that listens to them bitch about their ex-boyfriend all day long. But yeah, drinks first on the list. All right, that one was kind of tough. What's the next one? I'm not gonna do pumpkin flavor because that's too hard. Straws. Chicks do love straws. It's pretty black and white. I don't know. Like I used to like straws until I saw Crazy Stupid Love, and then I just stopped. Shopping. I mean, I don't want to go into like a women be shopping rant, but I do love shopping. But that's unfair because I like shopping too. But I'm a bit of a girl myself. But yeah, I'm a bit of a fashionista, you might say. I'm terrible at dressing. Like I'm really bad at it, and I wear some just really weird shit, and it doesn't fit my body at all. Like I try to dress like a 6'2", like really skinny dude, but I'm like 5'11", 6 foot with like good shoes, and fairly meaty. Like I'm just husky. So usually the clothes that I wear don't really fit my body, but that's fine. I don't really care. It gets the job done. What else? Chicks love, girls love responsibility. This is so true. I don't know, like, I don't know for everybody else out there, for all three of you, but responsibility is probably, what is it? What can I say here? I won't offend too many people. I don't want to say it's like cancer. It's probably like diabetes. Like once you get it, it's very hard to maintain, and it's just kind of a nuisance. Like I don't know, I even feel like I had more responsibility in college than I do now. Like now I just show up, punch in, like talk to people for 12 hours, leave, and then they pay me for it, which is really nice. Like I hated college. I hated every minute of it. It was like, okay, so you're teaching me how to do it, but you're not doing it. You're in a fucking classroom telling me to write on a piece of paper or turn in a piece of paper, basically regurgitating whatever you just said. Which girls, oh, well, yeah, let's look at this segue, huh? I'm getting good at this. Girls fucking love schoolwork. Fucking being a male nurse is the hardest thing in the world. Like, for any other dude, like, there's probably, like, 25 male nurses that are alive right now in the whole world. And you guys can back me up on this. None of you are listening. But yeah, so, like, you go back to grade school and, like, high school. Like, girls did schoolwork, right? And what do the guys do? You either tried to hide a boner at your desk 24/7, or you tried to maintain a boner. That was one of my favorite pastimes in school. Like I don't know, what is it? 20 to 30 boners a day, like just in school. And I went to like parochial school, and like the worst were like church boners. And you get them in church, and if you're not like, I was Catholic, I was raised Catholic, and if you're not raised Catholic, like, don't worry about it. You don't have to listen to this part. But like, there's a lot of sitting, standing, and kneeling, and you always got them. Like, I remember I would rub my little dickus on like the little hymn holders, like whenever I was kneeling. And I mean, when you're that young, well, even now, like a slight breeze, just I'm rock hard. But back then, it's like, I don't know. You look at like I don't know. I always end up talking about like grade school girls. It's weird, and probably highly illegal. But I'm putting myself in the context, and it actually, I mean, everybody's that age or whatever, right? This is just bad. I'm going nowhere with that. Okay. But anyway, girls like to do schoolwork. Where the fuck did I come up with that? Oh, yeah, okay. Girls like to do schoolwork because girls are pretty much more, like, sophisticated. Not pretty much, they are. Just a lot more sophisticated than boys. Until, like, a certain age. Like, once girls, like, start getting to that age when they, like, want kids, all sophistication and reason goes right out the window. And that's, I mean, I don't have any scientific evidence to back that up whatsoever, but I'm at that age now where, like, girls, hear that? My voice just cracked. That's so hot. But I'm at that age right now where, like, girls my age are posting fucking baby pictures on Facebook, which, come on. Like, if you have a kid or are pregnant, stop Facebook. Like, stop any social media. Like, what you really should be doing is either A, dumping that fucking boyfriend you're with that isn't making enough money to support you guys and trying to find, like, a rich guy, or you should be already, like, back at work trying to make money to feed your kid, not on any sort of social media. Like, no energy should go into that. So remember that if any human females are listening to this, which you probably aren't. I don't know where I was going with that. Wedges. Girls fucking love wedges. I think this season's gonna be different. At least I'm hoping that it's different. That's another thing. It's like rompers and wedges. Like, two public enemy, like, dick killers, number one, wedges and rompers. Fucking wedges. If you're a guy and you don't know what wedges are, either A, you've never talked to a girl before because they talk about them constantly and they don't care who they talk to them or who they talk about to them. Who they talk to about them. Or you're in solitary confinement and you're lucky to be listening to this podcast. But yeah, wedges and rompers, just stop it. Girls love fries. It's a little experiment I ran back in the day. Like, there was a group of girls and I ordered them fries, and they fucking loved it. I mean, they eat them all the time. They don't want to because you know why, but they eat them. They love them. They love anybody that fucking gives them to them. The waiter. They'll suck the dicks off of waiters that give them fries just because they did. Whatever. Starbucks. And I know what you're thinking, Joe. This is kind of a fucking trap because I love Starbucks too. And don't get me wrong, I love Starbucks too. My drink of choice. Usually I'm pretty cheap now that I actually have to live off my own money. So I usually just get like a dark roast. But then every 12 drinks you get a free one, right? So what do I get? I get a venti skinny mocha because it's like chocolatey and it makes me feel like I'm in love. That's besides the point. Yeah, girls love Starbucks. I think that they just like being surrounded by other douchey fucking people. Like, girls, I don't know. I don't fucking know. This is already starting off terrible. But yeah, that's about it. That was pretty bad. Maybe I shouldn't do topics. was really hard because I don't know who I'm fucking talking to, first of all. I'll just go back to rambling about random shit. I think that was pretty good. That was pretty good last week, right? I'm probably just like talking to myself though, too. Whatever. Fuck it. I'll talk about shit that I like. What do I like? What else? How about this weather, huh, guys? It's fucking weather. Like, it's great and all, and I'm glad that whatever heat is back in my life and all that good stuff. And like the sun, like you do feel like more powerful. There goes my voice again. I don't know what it is. At least I do. Like, I'll get a little sun on me, and I do mean a little. Like, I'll get a little sun on me, and I'm like, you know what? Like, feel a little more energized. Like, I could do a little more stuff, like Captain Planet. But then anything more than like 17 seconds, I start sweating immediately, and I have like, I don't know the term for this, but I sweat a fucking lot because like I said, I'm a little meatier, and so I've got like a lot more insulation that keeps heat in, and it's kind of like global warming inside of my own body. Like, not a lot of heat gets out. So it's like that greenhouse effect, but on like a cellular level of a human boy. But yeah, like I overheat within like 17 seconds, and then I start sweating. And another thing I've been doing, I've been like walking because I read and heard that like that's what bodybuilders do before like a show to cut after like fasting. So I've been doing that in like the morning, and it does work. It's just like time consuming though. But anyway, I wore a gray shirt this morning, and I got like probably a good half a mile away from my place and started sweating my dick off. And I don't sweat in like the normal spots like any other dude or anybody, any other human sweats like neck. But I, for one, sweat all stomach, like it's all stomach. And usually all that stomach sweat pools in my fucking belly button. And my belly button just like gives, like I look down because like the entire walk I'm just in my head. I'm in my own head, probably 24/7. But like I'm in my own head, like, does my dick look small in these shorts? And then I look down and I'm like, no, not really, but it doesn't look big. And I start freaking out. And I think everybody that like passes me fucking thinks that. And then like I obviously have this like ring right where my belly button is. And it just makes me fucking feel like shit. I'm like, well, if I sweat, like that's cool because everybody sweats, but just don't fucking right in my belly button. So then I have to resort to wearing like black shirts. So I wore one today, and it was like today later in the day, and it was like fucking 85, 900 degrees in the sun, which I already can't wait for fucking sweatshirt weather. This is bullshit. But yeah, so that's what I did. More and more people are coming out in public, which just scares the shit out of me. I fucking hate it. It's just like, I don't want to look at you. And I hear that like in New York, people don't look each other in the eyes, so I'm probably going to end up living there pretty soon. But like I'm in the Midwest, and it just fucking, people here are friendly, and it sucks. Cause like I'm sweating, like my fucking butt's sweating and stuff, and I'm like, do they know my ass is sweating? And then like I talk to them, and I'm like super insecure, and I stutter and shit like that. I'm like, you know my ass is sweating, right? To try to break up the monotony of everyday life. Like the other day I talked to my fucking, who was it? My fucking neighbor. And of course, I've talked to her like 3 or 4 times now, and every fucking time it's been about the weather. Which, I mean, what do you talk to people in elevators about? That's a whole nother podcast, but whatever. But I literally said, well, at least the weather's getting nice, right? And it was it was like, I don't know, 75 or whatever. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, I hope to get like a run in. And I'm like, oh, that's always the worst. And then she was like, yeah. And it's just awkward. I hate it. And she's fairly attractive too. So that doesn't help at all. Like, I'm always just like, I live 4 fucking doors down. And if we were in the wild, we'd probably be mating by now. But we're not because we're humans. We're not monkeys. But yeah. And then, like, I'm always like, where was I going with that? Oh, but yeah, anyway. Today was a little nicer, and I had the day off. So I went for my first, like, outdoor run. And, yeah. People are fucking insane. Like, I ran by the lake today, which I think is like a popular I say this. I think it's like a really popular like runner spot because everybody else is way better at running than I am, and they're a lot skinnier and a lot like better looking in general, and they have better hair and shit. And then there I am like running in my fucking Under Armour cutoff that I had in 2006. Whenever I played fucking high school football. I'm like, yeah, I remember how to do this. Like, one foot in front of the other, right? No, People are fucking running by me, like, on your left. I'm like, whatever. Why are you going so fast? But yeah, running on a treadmill for like, I don't know, however long the winter was, and then switching to like pavement is a pretty big difference. And I don't know if it's just like my body is unconditioned from it, or if I'm just a huge pussy on the treadmill, and then whenever I'm around people, like, I try to amp it up a little bit, like, oh, I got some motivation, like, people are trying to run past me, which they always do anyway, but I'm like, all right, I'll try to beat them for this 20-second hook that I'm listening to, like Chris Brown or something. I don't know. Where the fuck is this even going? But yeah, anyway, I don't know. And I like downloaded some new music. It doesn't matter like what I download. I always revert back to sex music. I don't know why, but it like gets me amped up to like. There's no other reason I work out anyway. It's only for it's for fucking girls, and that's really the only reason I work too is for girls. Pretty much everything I do is for girls, except for eating and I don't know. Eating and I don't know. I think it's just eating. I mean, what else am I doing anything for? Like if there weren't any girls, I wouldn't fucking work because it'd just be like, why? There's no reason to make money. Like, as long as I get enough food, I'm fine. Like, I don't need anything. And then yeah, the only reason I fucking work out, like, every time I've had a girlfriend, it's just gone downhill. I'm like, well, I got you. I got one. So, yeah, let's just lay around and eat pizza and have sex all day, which is usually all it is. And then it's not very fulfilling to them. And then they move on with their lives. And then I don't, usually. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty much where I am with fitness. What else? Yeah, I listened back to the podcast last week. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I could have been a little quicker with it. I should have written down some topics, which I tried to do this time, and it's just awful. I don't really know what else to talk about. But yeah, it's May. Can't believe it. It's May 1st. I'm trying to re-sign at my apartment too, and that's not really going well. Like, the dude's like, so do you work full time now? I'm like, oh yeah, full time job, you know me. And he's like, all right, can I get a pay stub and a recent credit check? And I'm like, whoa. Like, whenever he said that, I'm like, I felt like I was back in school again. I was like, hang on. This feels a lot like an assignment that I don't want to do. And I was like, I got direct deposit set up, so I don't really have any stubs. And he's like, just something that shows me how much you make. And then I was like, well, it's like between me and the government, isn't it? Like, this is a little weird. And then I'm like, I don't even know how to get a fucking credit check. What is credit? I don't even have a fucking savings account. I just take out cash a lot. Like Dad always said, cash is king. So I do that. But no, I don't have fucking credit. Are you kidding me? Does that like run over from, if it runs over from your parents, then yeah, I've got credit. I've got credit out the ass. But if it's like a personal thing, whenever you get out of college. I don't have it. I should probably check that out. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I don't need credit right now, right? It's kind of like taxes. Like, it's just if you want to, is what I'm thinking. I don't know. Oh, what else? What else can I talk about? Let's see. What should I talk about? What about music, huh? What are you guys listening to these days? What's hot in the streets? I always think about that too. Like if I don't know, I primarily listen to like R&B and like hip hop and R&B, if you will. Oh, there's Ben Stiller and his hot ass wife. What's that? There's Kevin Bacon, still looking like a fucking stud. Whoopi Goldberg, still looking like Whoopi Goldberg from 1984. Jesus, black don't crack, does it? John Leguizamo. If anybody else in the whole world knows who John Leguizamo is, it's just weird. There's Woody Allen. What the fuck is he doing at a playoffs game? He doesn't even like sports. What a poser. Anyway, music. J. Cole. J. Cole dropping some heat lately. But enough about somebody who's pretty talented. Breezy dropping heat the last couple days. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can play this shit. Ooh, maybe that's what I'll turn this fucking podcast in. Where's it at? Here it is. I wonder if you guys can hear it though. Oh! That's me. Used to make love, girl. That's all you do, girls, drink your ass off. Woo! Damn. You know he's talking about Rihanna, too. She's always posting pics about getting fucked up. Isn't that the worst? Whenever your girl or ex-girl, you see her having fucking fun. I don't know. I don't really care. But I think I think probably the other way around is true. Like, girls care if their ex-boyfriend's having fun. I would always, like, consciously know whenever, like, if it was high school or college or something, like, if, like, I don't know, girls just know when you're, I think that's, like, a Martin Lawrence bit, so I'm not even gonna go into it, but he was dead on. Like, girls can, like, sense when you're having fun, and they'll usually say something like, hey, what's up? Or, I think I'm pregnant. But yeah, that's a really good one. And then what's the one he dropped today? Oh, it was the one about, what is it? Give It Away. Hold up, I'm gonna bring that one up too. This song is hot. And of course, I'm biased. I'm a huge Chris Brown fan. Have been since fucking day one. But let me see here. Yeah, this is the one where he was like, he got filmed by somebody singing this in like a club, which he's the biggest douche ever. But I mean, I'm a pretty big douche myself, so that's why I like him so much. But yeah, this song is hot as fuck too. Turn up. Woo! Beats fucking hypnotic right off the bat. You know that pussy's mine, baby. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. I love that line, first of all. He's always really literal with all of his music. Like Wet the Bed, Take You Down. What's another one? It always happens on this fucking thing. Like, I can't think of stuff. Wet the Bed, Take You Down, Sweet Love. Like, it's all really literal. What was another one? Beg for It. It's like the most literal fucking song you could absolutely think of. But this one's really good too. It's just talking about, like, you know that pussy's mine. And I think that a lot of females do know that. There's always that one guy who just did it for you. And it's always gonna be his. Yeah, sure, that was 7 years ago, and you have 4 kids now. But you'll still remember that one dude, that one fucking King Kong motherfucker and he doesn't even have to be King Kong. Could have just been a dude that actually paid attention to you. But God, it's his now, and it always will be. It's a good one. I'm gonna keep playing it because I like it. Make that devil on to me, baby. I'ma get it all. I'ma get it good. Your body's calling, let me break you out. Kinky, just. That's another line. Whenever, and I've been hearing it since I was like 9. I think the first one, I think Missy Elliott had it in a song. But whenever someone talks about breaking them off, I fucking love that. like we're gonna have sex, and I'm gonna break my dick off, and you can just do whatever. Is that what it means? I think that's what it means. Either that, or we're having sex so hard that it's gonna break. But that's not sexy. That's just painful. And everybody's had that, like, scared too. Like, I've only had sex a handful of times. I think like 4 times with another person. But like one of the times I remember it got a little wild, and like everybody's had that scare where shit gets out of hand and you hit like a wrong a wrong angle, and you think your dick's broken, and you're immediately just like, ow, first of all, because it hurts. Second of all, you're like, you don't want to look down right away, and she's always like, what's wrong? Or are you okay? Because she was on top and she fucking brought a thunderous amount of pressure down, and she knows what she did. That's always the worst part too, when she's like, oh my God, did I hurt you? I don't know, this is getting a little weird, but whatever. But then you're like, I don't want to look down there, because that's probably the biggest fear any male human has, right? Like the one thing that you're supposed to do, which is procreate, and that's your one instrument to do it with. And it might be broken, and they can break. Like it's obviously not a muscle, and it's not a bone, but it's an organ. I think. I should probably know. But yeah, you can break your own penis, which is scary as shit. But yeah, so that lyric, break you off, I love it. I just love it. But yeah, like I'll listen to this when I'm fucking working out, and I'll hear that lyric like, you know it belongs to me, so put it right here. And I'll lift fucking 700 pounds above my head, no problem, because I'll just be thinking about saying that to another person in real life. Like, you know it belongs to me, put it right here. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll easily throw like 250 up. Nothing. Which, I shouldn't say 250. I should say more like, I'll easily curl these 25s. Because, let's be honest, I'm not throwing 250 anywhere. Only in my bra, right? What else? Yeah, so those two, yeah. So Breezy's, and I think it comes out like July something, which sucks. And his last album just fucking flopped, which sucks too. But I don't care. I fucking loved it. I still listen to it a lot. There were like 4 or 5 bangers on there. Obviously, Sweet Love. I love that song. And 2012, loved that song too. But yeah, he's going to have absolute heat on this one. I could feel it. It's going to get a Grammy, which it probably shouldn't get a Grammy, but I want him to get another one. Because it was funny to see the backlash when he got the last one. And even the best thing is like I was looking up YouTube videos, and I always listen to like Wet the Bed or Beg for It at least once a day. And like the top 2 comments are always like, they're always from like females, and they're always like, God damn, this song makes me wet. I love you, Chris. And I'm just like, well, and I don't know if that's like a difference between black or white women, and I'm sure white women think it, if it's not a white woman. But black girls are just like a lot better with that stuff. Like, thank you for saying that on YouTube. That shit's just hilarious. What else? Yeah, Twitter's fun. I don't know. I'm not really listening to any more music. I just downloaded a bunch of Incubus because I used to listen to it in high school whenever it was like nice out, and it's kind of nostalgic. And I used to always listen to it like after a night, and I'd be fucked up driving to Steak and Shake, and I'd always listen to like fucking Nice to Know You while I was eating a Frisco Melt, either like with some of my friends or trying to like text people that live 20 miles across town to see if they wanted to meet up for quote unquote a milkshake. That usually worked, which is sad, but whatever. What else? Yeah, a lot of playoffs happening. Bulls are doing okay. The Hawks pulled it out last night. Yay. I really want to go to a fucking Hawks game too. I haven't been all year. Which is sad, but those fucking things are expensive. It's like $90 for standing room, which is fine. I'm okay with that, but whatever. What else? I don't know. I think I might end it here actually, just because I'm bored with myself. So this isn't gonna be my best one, but kind of learning. If anybody is actually listening to this, that would be a great help to me to just give me some feedback. Because if I don't know. I kind of like talking to myself. I do it anyway, so I might as well record it and have people listen to it and see how fucking stupid I am. But yeah, just I need more topics. I need better topics, and then I need to figure out like what kind of podcast it's gonna be, because so far it's just been god awful. But yeah, thanks, love ya, Lilas. BRB. See ya. Have a great evening, a great year, a great week. Just be the best version of yourself, people. Just really kill it. Just go out there and kill it. All right.